There are many amazing products out there that make bike cleaning easier. But was there anything wrong with the way that we used to have to clean bikes before specific cleaners existed? Well, let's find out, shall we? Old school bike cleaning hacks. Do they work? We go on about degreasers cleaning your drivetrain and your chain, but the original degreasers were stuff like this, paraffin, also known as kerosene, or to be fair, something like white spirit or even diesel was actually used. Now, the way to do it is you decant a small amount into a little pot and then you paint it on your chain and your drivetrain with a brush. You then agitate it a little bit and then rinse it off really, really well. Now, a lot of people, when they're using something like paraffin, will actually take the chain off the bike entirely and then soak it in a bath of that stuff, which is fine, but just bear in mind that SRAM recommend that you only use their power links once before binning them, and Shimano also say that you need to use a specific joining pin before rejoining the chain. So, does it work? Yeah, it pretty much works. There is a little bit of concern with paraffin that you can actually wash too much grease and lubricant out of a chain, particularly if you bath it in the stuff. Some manufacturers will say that you actually prematurely wear the chain at that point. But I will defer to Friction Facts, the fount of all knowledge on this kind of thing, who has successfully proved that to be a myth. So nothing to worry about there, but all is not rosy when it comes to paraffin. I'm sure many of you out there are exclaiming, "What about the environment?" And yeah, you'd be right. This is pretty nasty stuff, look. And so that would be my number one reason why I wouldn't use this kind of product, but go for a biodegradable degreaser instead. Next up, we have the oily rag. Now this one is on our list because of our very own Mr. Stevens, because there's an almost mythical oily rag that actually lives in the boot of his car. But it turns out it's not just one oily rag, but several oily rags, all in different states of oiliness. Now, the dirtier they get, the dirtier the next job that they're required to do, until eventually the oiliest end up cleaning filthy bikes. So, question is, will it work? So, has it worked? Well, it's successfully turned a not very dirty bike into a slightly less dirty bike. Presentable enough, perhaps, to be featured in a GCN video. But the important bits, so inside the chain rings, the cassette, and the jockey wheels are all still crusted in dirt. So they're all going to be susceptible to premature wear. The conclusion then, for the oily rag, is that it's good for morale, but it's not very good for your drivetrain life. Next up, we've got a hub cleaner. Yes, a hub cleaner. That is actually a thing, apparently, and it was popular many moons ago, and indeed still available to buy on the internet. It's basically a piece of material that attaches around your hub and then cleans it by gently spinning as you ride. Does it work? Well, apparently, yes, apparently it does work a little bit, but forgive me, I can't quite understand why you would want a clean hub without cleaning the rest of your bike. And also, actually, it only works on polished silver hubs, because otherwise it's going to gradually scuff up the finish on your otherwise pristine hub. So in conclusion, it was definitely not for me, and I'm tempted to say it's rubbish. Sorry. Dirty bike? Squirt it with water. That should do it. Does it work? Well, it successfully removed large particles of dirt, but on its own, no, completely rubbish. Squirting your bike does not constitute cleaning it, no matter which decade you were born in. Washing up liquid. Not exactly old school, at least I don't think so, because I use it all the time, but it's definitely not bike specific. Got a bucket of hot, soapy water. Does it work? Clearly it works. Now perhaps it's not quite so good at getting rid of heavy duty grease and old lubricant as a degreaser, but the rest of the bike comes up an absolute treat. And in fact, when used in conjunction with a degreaser, it makes that more effective as well. However, there is a question mark for some people over washing up liquid being used to clean your bikes, and that is that they feel the salt concentration is high enough that it actually will corrode the metal parts, basically cause it to rust. Now, this confuses me because I've successfully used washing up liquid not only clean metal pans, but also my bikes for some years now, and I've never had a problem. So we did a bit of research, and according to the Institute of Corrosion, which is actually a thing, the type of salt used in washing up liquid isn't the type of salt that will accelerate corrosion of your bike. So you could rest easy. Oh my word, out of the frying pan and into the fire. The controversy keeps getting worse. Can WD-40 clean a bike chain? Does it work? Yeah, I'm sorry, but I really think that it does. That chain has come up a treat. Now, admittedly, it will struggle if the chain was really filthy, really gunked up. But for moderate chain cleaning, that's great. Is it bad for metal parts? I don't think so. Nothing we can find out about it suggests that it actually is bad for metal parts. Is it bad for your bearings? No worse than any other degreaser. So, old school bike cleaning hacks, do they work? Well, yeah, they seem to be honest. Apart from hose pipes, used on their own, those are just rubbish, and I also can't see the point of a hub cleaner. But apart from that, yeah, fair enough. Is there a reason then to use a bike-specific cleaner? Yes, absolutely, 100%. A lot of these are really, really not good for the environment. So invest in a good quality bio-degreaser, and it's better for you, and it's better for the planet. That, on its own, is reason enough to invest in them. And then, of course, there is a controversy surrounding a couple of these things. Now, I personally am happy using them, but if you're not, then just don't use them. You've got to be 100% confident in what you do use. That is super, super important. Right, on that note, I'm going to invite you to get stuck in the comments section down below. I should imagine there's going to be a bit of healthy debate going on. And also remind you to subscribe to GCN if you don't already. Then if you want to watch a couple more videos on this subject, how about the classic 30-minute bike wash? That one is just over there. Or to see how to get your chain scrupulously clean, just over there.